Been trying to tell you that, gee, your dollar ain't worth shit. And well, after you watch this video, he's gonna give you a date when your dollar ain't gonna be worth shit. So you might want to listen up for all you 401k people and all you stocks and all this other crap. Listen up.
Breaking news. You've been given the date the US dollar is going to collapse on the 1st of January 2024. So this is breaking news, and you have just been given the date, or they have just given you the date. And you can find videos of them announcing this. So this was an announcement, an official announcement from the BRICS Summit from 2023 conference, where they were talking about expansion. And they have announced that there are going to be, from the 1st of January 2024, there's going to be new members that are joining. These members are Argentina, Egypt, Ethiopia, the Islamic Republic of Iran, the United Arab Emirates, and Saudi Arabia are officially joining. They've announced this. They are officially joining the BRICS Consortium of Nations on the 1st of January 2024. Coming up. Why is this the end of the US dollar? Well, if you look at the last two nations in that list up there, that's the United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia. So you're talking about all of the oil. These Saudi Arabia is one of the biggest producers of oil globally. And I think it was Ronald Reagan did a deal for military protection where Saudi agreed that they were only going to sell oil in what's called petrodollars. And what that did was to cement the US dollar as the world's reserve currencies, because effectively it was backed by oil by default. Other than that, the US dollar is only backed by debt. What this means is, as of the 1st of January 2024, Saudi Arabia will not be selling oil in petrodollars, and any other country that produces oil within the BRICS sort of conglomerate will not be selling oil in petrodollars. And what that means is, folks, that the only commodity that by de facto underpinned the US dollar is disappearing. The agenda of the BRICS sort of consortium of countries and coming together is de-dollarization. And what this means is that they're looking to take the world away from the US dollar as the global world's reserve currency. These countries added together, these new members that are joining on the 1st of January, added together, you're talking another 300 million plus people added into this, and another over 400 billion in GDP added into this ever-increasing bloc. There are more and more countries that are applying to join this. Now, like I say, the only thing underpinning the US dollar is built on debt, and it's the only thing underpinning it really was its status as the world reserve currency. It was used to trade oil and things like this. The fact that Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates are officially joining, that's been announced now, folks, officially joining on the 1st of January 2024, that is the date that they've given you. That's the date that the US dollar, as the world's reserve currency, dies, because then there's nothing else backing it up. In order to be a member of BRICS, they're not going to be allowed, conditions of their membership is they're not going to be allowed to be able to sell oil in petrodollars, which marks the sort of shift in this sort of world power, and a big shift from west to east.
Price of gas.
So you've been given enough warning, folks. The 1st of January 2024 is your date. They've just announced it to you. I think it was today. It's just breaking. Again, if not financial advice, do your own research. But again, the US dollar, the date has been announced. Keep that in your diaries. Take care of yourself.
Alright, Shalom, this is your brother Iguanadon. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say Shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth and sincerity. Alright? May the blessing of election be upon your house. Now, the collapse of the dollar, alright, this system change is going to be a part of the catalyst which gets the ball rolling on many of the prophecies that we look for. For all the prophecies that we look for. World War III. Okay, the institution of the Quran being made mandatory. Okay, and that clip that we just watched, you know, ties into that. Once this dollar's worth nothing, this devil's going to try to push that digital currency and that mark as a solution to the problem. People can't get the things that they need. You know, it's especially these Americans who are conditioned to just have everything at their fingertips. Man, they're gonna lose it. So when that solution comes, when the Quran comes, man, these people are gonna jump on it. Even people that know they're Israelites. All right, the famine of the word too, right? These are things that we're looking for, because we ain't gonna be on the highways and hedges forever. We not, this is a part of the deliverance, but this has an expiration date. Us teaching you being able to click these videos. But I'll say this: before he pulls the plug on us being on the highways and byways and making our videos, people seeking the Lord and His understanding is going to be at its peak, because there's going to be so much craziness going on that people are going to be looking for answers, and the only people that are truly going to have the answers in full, because you got whistleblowers like the guy in the clip that I showed you, but the only people that are going to have the answers in full are going to be the men of the Lord, right? Those are the only people that are going to have the answers in full. You remember some years back, a couple years back, maybe like 2 years, maybe 3, when Hawaii had that false warning, that false nuclear missile warning. The brother in Hawaii, GMS Hawaii, he just went live, man. And I think it got up to like 10,000. If I'm not mistaken, the brother can correct me in the comment boards if I'm wrong. But it got up to like 10,000 people that were watching. So people know what we've been going into. They know that the destruction of America, which is Babylon the Great, is prophesied in the scriptures. And they know the fashion in which the Lord's been telling them is going to be destroyed through His men. Okay? So, little Maui got that much attention off of a false warning. What happens when it's real and when it's all over the world? So before this devil pulls the plug, and plus the Lord's going to be showing some signs too that's going to back up our claims. They're not claims, we know they're true. All right, but to these people, they're claims, right? He's going to be showing signs that what we're saying, that the Lord is with us, and that what we're saying is spot on. So people are going to be seeking. Let's go get that precept. All right, this is Amos 8 and verse 11. All right, it reads, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord God, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord." Okay, and I could also go to let me go get one to back this up really quick, guys. Just like it. Proverbs 29 and 18. It says, "Where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he." So we know that the elect are going to be rehearsing the ways of the Lord to the best of their ability. They're going to know it. It's going to be within their understanding. Okay? They're going to know the prophecies and what to look for, what to resist. Okay? For sure what to resist. Because you have many camps. You know, I got to bring it up. It's up in the air about what the charagma, or what that mark in Revelation 13 and 16 actually is. But the closer we get to this threshold, it's becoming more and more clear. But you have leaders of these congregations who are just being stubborn and, you know, leading people astray. But at the end of the day, it's because the Lord allotted them to that bunch anyway. Okay? Back to Amos 8 and 11. "But of hearing the words of the Lord, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north even to the east. They shall run to and fro and seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it." Yeah, man, it's going to be a famine of the world. But before this devil pulls the plug, the scriptures talk about, man, there being a great movement of people trying to hear this word, but they're not going to be able to find it. And that's, you know, hey, let me get it. It's right on the tip of my tongue. That's why in Jeremiah 5:1, man, the elect, they did this early. Let's read this. Jeremiah the 5th chapter in the 1st verse. It says, "Run ye to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem, and see now and know, and seek in the broad places thereof." All right, because the word is going to be found where? The Lord has given his men the arena in which to teach. The chief places of concourse, the broad places of the city. You see us set up in every major city here, especially in America, but all over the world. "If ye can find a man, if there be any that executeth judgment, that seeketh the truth, and I will pardon it." So those who did this early, who sought the understanding in the broad places early, the scriptures talk about, you know, their sins being pardoned. Isn't that what we all seek? Salvation, to be delivered from the destruction to come. All right, like it says in Zephaniah 2:3. "Seek righteousness and seek meekness, so that you may be hid in the day of the Lord's anger." We desire to be hid, man, but we did the work early, and we're gonna continue doing this work, Abaratazah, until that trumpet blows.
From the 1st of January 2024.
We have decided to invite the Argentine Republic, the Arab Republic of Egypt, the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, the Islamic Republic of Iran, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates to become full members of BRICS. The membership will take effect from the 1st of January 2024.
South Africa's President Ramaphosa also said that now that consensus has been reached on the first phase of this expansion process, further phases will follow to include even more countries. China's President Xi Jinping called the bloc's expansion historic, saying that they will continue to unite and cooperate with developing countries. And Russia's President Vladimir Putin welcomed the new members via video link and called on the bloc to deepen its economic ties, including creating a common currency. And leading up to the summit, there was much speculation that the agenda would include discussion about a new reserve bloc currency, potentially backed by commodities. And while that was put on the back burner at this meeting, it was announced that next year's summit will focus on that initiative. Russia will be hosting next year's summit and has been one of the biggest proponents of the bloc currency to potentially rival the dollar. And moving away from the dollar and using the BRICS' own currencies continued to be a very big theme of this summit.
We have noted that there is global momentum for the use of local currencies, alternative financial arrangements, and alternative payment systems. As BRICS, we are ready to explore opportunities for improving the stability, reliability, and fairness of the global financial architecture. In this regard, BRICS leaders have tasked their finance ministers and central bank governors, as appropriate, to consider the issue of local currencies, payment instruments, and platforms.
Yeah, man, so what you see is the nations that picking their sides, okay? Like it talks about in Joel, the 3rd chapter, all the nations are being gathered, all right? For this third world war. And it's going to be fought completely different from every war up until this point. It tells you that in Isaiah, the 9th chapter, in the 5th verse. It says, "What for every battle of the warriors fought with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this," and it breaks it off. It says, "But this should be fought with burning and fuel of fire," because it's going to be fought with the ICBM missiles. Okay? But what's beautiful is right there in verse 6, right after verse 5, it talks about the kingdom of heaven being established upon the shoulders of our Lord, Yahweh Shah. So, you know, this is end time prophecy, man. I know you guys are ready to stop living like, I'm not even going to call it living. I know you're ready to stop existing like this, in this state, at the bottom, under the curses, all right? Because the curses aren't lifted until the kingdom of heaven are established. That's Revelation 22:3. Then there shall be no more curse, all right? But, hey, man, Abaratazah, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises once more to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth and sincerity. All right? May the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.